Hi, who are you and what do you do?
My name is Silona Bonewald, and I have two jobs. Luckily, I'm really hyper. I'm the founder of the League of Technical Voters, which is for getting technical people more involved in the political process. And I'm also the open source evangelist for grid.org.
Okay, what is grid.org?
Grid.org is an open source community of communities, actually, that's focused on grid, cluster, and cloud computing, where you can come and form a community on any of those topics. And it has an underlying social network.
Give me an example of a use case.
For example, we're doing this project called OHMI, OHMI, where we're talking about what some of the standards need to be on a systems and hardware level for people to be able to do more parallel computing.
And what are you guys architected on?
We're done in Drupal.
So I'm assuming a backend of MySQL then.
Oh yes.
Okay, and what version of MySQL are you guys using?
Oh, there goes my alarm. We're using the most current one that Drupal asks for.
Okay, so that's 5.
Yeah.
So a bit more about grid.org. So your grid computing services with social networking aspects built into it.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your underlying architecture beyond? Do you guys use Sun hardware?
Well, actually, we're fairly flexible on the hardware aspect of it. We did just sign an interesting agreement with Intel, where we're being put on the BIOS chip, so that they can boot up with the Unicluster in 8 seconds.
Okay, what is Unicluster?
Unicluster is a cluster management tool that sits on top of 50 different open source licenses, one of those being Sun's Grid Engine.
Ah, okay. So what's your uptake like?
Uptake, what do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, how many people are using your grid.org services today?
Oh, grid.org, we launched Tuesday.
Oh, okay, so it's spanking new then.
We're really new. And a little bit painfully so, but we're getting there. I've already made it so that anything off of the site is RSS feedable. Mm-hmm. And we've got a user bill of rights that sits there and that says that any data that you create is yours. You have to leave it there. You can't delete it, and you can't take your ball and go home. Mm-hmm. But you can cross-populate it into your own site. Okay,
and own site using open standards of some sort?
We don't require that in regards to their own site. It's just basically everything is Creative Commons licensed.
Okay, so no customers yet, no users yet, or?
We have some pre-existing customers from Unicluster itself.
Okay.
But we don't have much on the website yet. We're working on that right now.
Okay.
So.
And a little bit more about your league of?
The League of Technical Voters. Yep. What we do is, if you notice on this thing, it says Open Government, Open Data.
Yep.
And one of the things that I do is I talk to a lot of different government entities about opening up their data. And I work on a project called the Transparent Federal Budget.
Okay.
With Bill Bradley and Jimmy Wales. And it's actually more about transparent government in general. The system that I've architected is actually can work for any government anywhere. One of my friends was looking at it, he's like, dude, I could use this to run my HOA, my homeowners association.
Okay, fair enough.
But it's about letting people come and document legislation on a paragraph by paragraph basis.
Do you guys use technology to help this, or just basic?
That's the plan. Right now, what the architecture is looking like is what we do is we first take the legislation, we scrape it, put it in a format so that I have a permalink and a diff as to when the legislation changes on a paragraph by paragraph basis, and then you use that permalink to do the documentation. And so you drop the documentation, and then you add all of your additional data to it. Has underlying it a free and open source social network so that you can make your own judgments about who you want to trust.
Powered by MySQL again?
The current version of it, yes, but it hasn't. It's only been demoed so far.
Okay.
It's not full development.
So your use of MySQL makes you happy so far?
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
I'm also actually really interested in Drizzle.
Ah, you're interested in Drizzle. Why?
Yes, I'm interested in Drizzle for the same reason why I liked Drupal. Way back in the day, I was a Delphi programmer. And I liked the decorator model. And so as soon as I saw Drizzle, I was like, I recognize that model. And I think that the decorator model is one of the ways that we're going to get a lot of some of the parallel computing solutions fixed. So you're going to start hacking on Drizzle, or have you tried Drizzle since its announcement? No. I just found out about it this morning.
Okay.
So I knew nothing. I went and talked to Brian about it. acre, and yeah, so I'm interested to go home and look at it next week.
Why go home when you can start now?
Dude, do you know how busy I am? Come on, I got sumo wrestling at 10.
All right, so we'll see you sumo wrestling later tonight
Yes,
then.
sumo wrestling at the Sun Party at 10, and then I've got a boff right now.
All right, well, have a good time at your buff, and thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.